Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh and this is your JIS News for Friday, April 28. The Ministry of National Security will be strengthening its capacity to prevent criminals from benefiting from the proceeds of their illicit activities. Portfolio Minister Robert Montego says the Proceeds of Crime Act will be amended to hold persons accountable for proving the legitimacy of their wealth. The minister, who was making his sectoral presentation in Parliament, said other key pieces of legislation would be amended to support the overall crime-fighting strategies.
We'll be amending the Fingerprint Act, the Firearms Act, the Proceeds of Crime Act. We also want to place pre-deal laws under offences under the Proceeds of Crime Act. The Offensive Weapons Act, the Noise Abatement Act, and the MOCA Act is already tabled.
Government says it's actively monitoring the Border Wall Funding Act of 2017 draft bill that has been introduced to the United States Congress. The draft bill seeks to impose an additional fee of 2% on the US dollar amount for remittance transfers to certain foreign countries, including Jamaica. Foreign Affairs Minister Senator Kamina Johnson-Smith says the Jamaican embassy in Washington, D.C. will begin to sensitize U.S. congressional leaders on the potential impact on Jamaica. She says Jamaica is also prepared to work with CARICOM on a coordinated approach to the matter. The minister is, however, quick to point out that no action has been taken on the draft bill, which has been referred to several committees for consideration. The Social Security Ministry is warning pensioners to be on the lookout for scammers falsely requesting their pension order books. Portfolio Minister Shahini Robinson says the scammers have been asking the pensioners to hand over their order books on the premise their pension rates have been doubled.
Let me use this occasion to state that the ministry does not recall pension order books for rate increases. Pensioners who have been approached by these persons are not to hand over their books. They must report these suspicious persons to the police.
Minister Robinson was making her sectoral presentation in Parliament. She indicated that the National Insurance Scheme budget had been increased to implement reform activities to protect the over 113,000 pensioners. Reform activities include the amendment of legislation to allow for actuarial reviews every 3 years, revision of all application forms, and the planned rollout of a new NIS card starting June 1. On Tuesday, the Labour and Social Security Minister broke ground for the expansion of the Stimulation Plus Early Childhood Development Centre in Kingston. The expanded facilities will make way for a 40% increase in the enrollment of children in need of early childhood intervention services.
The Stim Plus Basic School is a third program, provides a full-day intervention program, and it's welcomed by parents and caregivers who would normally have to remain home to care for their children. They now get the opportunity to work or become engaged in entrepreneurship while their children are cared for in a safe and stimulating environment.
The $70 million project involved the construction of 7 classrooms, a physiotherapy room, specialized play area, a sick bay, and a disability-friendly classroom. Minister Robinson thanked the Inter-American Development Bank for funding the expansion. Construction should be completed by December this year. And finally, Prime Minister Andrew Holness has issued a Medal of Appreciation to the oldest person in Jamaica and the world, 117-year-old Violet Moss Brown. Mr. Holness issued the medal and the accompanying citation during yesterday's visit with Mrs. Moss Brown at her home in Duanvale, Trelawney.
You have brought recognition to our country, and you have brought attention to our senior citizens. You have also raised awareness in the minds of people that if they live a good life when they're young, that they do the things necessary to preserve their health, that they can live. I take note in your statement that you live long because you work hard, that a life of robust, strong living and exercise and work is good for us, makes us strong. So your years will be multiplied by that. And you have demonstrated that. I wish for you continued life.
And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.